Okay, I have to hold this thing. Oh, let's try it like this. There we are. Well, we'll do an intro anyways. Hey, I'm Rob, recently known as Summerland Farm on Twitch. And I wanted to bring you folks in today for a little chit chat with myself and Brett D. I will talk about him in a second, about upgrading my old streaming computer with we have a lot of questions about how to do that. We want to talk back and forth about that. And then on Discord, we have Brett HD, as you can see on the screen there, who is my expert advisor and a Twitch personality.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
And so we're going to go from there. Anyways, if you're ready, Brett will just take a peek inside of this thing. Here it is from the... I had to put the stat on top because I got everything messed up right now. But anyways, so here's the PC. It's a pre-built Acer from... It's an i7 7700 originally, and I'd say it's about 4 years old. Okay, anyways, and then can you just see the 300 watts there on the power supply in the middle? Anyways,
yes, I can see all that now, yes.
That is the old power supply that's in there right now. And it's a top, we were just discussing how it's a top mounted power supply. There's the whole thing. There's the top mount, and it has a few vent fans and a fairly weak exhaust fan in the back. And so that's what we're looking at. Now we'll compare that. And then, of course, the wiring if you can just see the wiring back here. Yeah, it's kind of adjusting. All comes out in one bundle. What you call that? That's a non-modular, right? What do you call that?
That's definitely a non-modular. Just a basic.
Of course, yeah. Just what you would find in a pre-built.
Rubbish.
That's what we're dealing with. No, that's the truth. Here's our fan, our CPUs under that and everything. And what else? Oh, the two memory cards, 16 gig. And then you can see, I was surprised, you can see the M.2 I put in December over to the right. Hey there, TTV is hosting us. Thank you so much. You found us. Anyways, yeah, that's a 256 gig. Oh, good straight, Rob.
Oh, 256. Nice.
That's my boot drive. And then, of course, right here, closer, if you can see it to the left, is the hard drive. It's mounted in front of us here. And then this is my Gigabyte GTX 1050 that we're going to be replacing as a graphics card. Now, I wanted to just start out with, before we get back to the power supply. Look at this little wire. You got to be careful taking this thing in and out. That's the Wi-Fi.
Wireless.
Yeah,
yes.
That is right on the card. If you try to jiggle the card back and forth, you're going to be hitting into that guy. So I think I'll probably have to detach it from that little bracket down below to give it some more slack. But that's all it is. Yeah, the wireless is back here behind a little black box behind it probably. And yeah. So I was thinking about that just a minute ago. So up here, in a few minutes, we'll be looking at the new power supply, and we'll have to kind of remember what it looks like in here to see if it's even going to be possible. I'm hoping it will.
Take your camera around to the back of your PC where you plug everything in, Rob. Just to get a look. Yeah, that's okay. Yep.
See that, and there's...
That's fine. Yep, it's just a standard case type. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's everything. Anyways, so, and then I vacuumed it out yesterday because it had dust in it. I had it all cleaned out in December when I put some extra memory and the M.2 card in, and then it got dusty all over again. Anyways.
Oh, I've built my PC in just after Christmas. and after 3 months, I had to clean it out. It wasn't bad now, but it was still dusty enough.
Oh yeah, you can see it. And now coming off here, I have to think about now this big old header on the right. See that white? That's the main header, right, for the main board coming off the power supply.
Yeah, that's your 24 pin. Yep.
Yeah, and then over top to the left is that yellow and black above the fan. 4-pin, possibly, yeah.
Some of them are 4, some of them are 6, some of them are more.
And
depends on your CPU, what power it draws.
And then that's probably this one. In a way, it was kind of nice. They try to leave you some spare headers for, like, this is for a power supply for a drive or something. And then this little black one's a different type of power supply. I forget what that's for, but a different kind of drive, probably.
That one there will be SATA.
Yeah. So, and it's in a way, but with all the other limitations, it's kind of silly because you can't add that much to it. But and I couldn't have put in the card I have now. I mean, the new card I have, because it doesn't have a connector like that even available. We're going to look at that. That's a monster connector. Yeah. Anyway, so in the front, at least if I'm not removing the actual main board.
Just looking.
Yeah. So a lot of connections.
The main board, you'll not have to move your motherboard, because sometimes they have parts of the wires coming in from the back and then looped round into this 4, 6, or 8 pin for the CPU power. Yep. So you're fine there.
There's a SATA connections, right? That big black cable and whatever else there is. And
that big black cable you see there, pretty thick, is your USB 3.0.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And there's an open yellow one there too that might be SATA. I don't know.
And then the yellow one, I think, will be audio or your buttons and stuff like that. Yep.
And then, of course, the couple wires down here that I have to be careful of. And then up in there is, see, I have big hands, and it's like, wow, doing this work is going to be a little tricky, even though this is a minor thing for most folks, for just putting in a new power supply. Like I said, you're not changing the main board or anything. Maybe I should be, but I'm not.
No, you should be okay. You'll be fine with that.
There you go. So we may as well. That's all there is to look at there. Let's go ahead. Let me think about how to do this. Let's look at the new power supply first, okay?
Yep.
Hey, Mr. TechWorks. Thanks for stopping by.
Bearing in mind, this is the first time I'm going to see the power supply and
see how
graphics card, and then I can sort of then quickly think.
Yeah. Let's see how this even works. Let's try it and see if there's enough light to just point it down. I'm going to show you the side that shows you where what cables it has. ATX, that's that big one.
Yep, that's your 24 plus. Yep.
And that's 8-pin, according to 8-pin. And
then see your PCI-E cable. That'll be for your graphics card.
Yeah.
Your EPS will be for, as you see, it's written on the wee block there, the multi-block is for your CPU. So that'll replace where your 4-pin is.
There you go. Yeah. And then up here is some of your, we've even got these already. These are just the drive connectors.
And then
even a floppy
your SATA
drive
cable will be for your hard drives, like SSDs or mechanical hard drives.
Mm-hmm.
Your peripheral cable is basically a Molex. That's what that's called, Molex, which are hardly ever used much anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And floppy drive, that'll never be
Also
used.
hardly ever used anymore, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we got, and we can take a quick look at the actual. Whoa! See if I can get it. Remember how this thing was put together? Do a little unboxing here. Basically, here, let me get the plastic off of it. 1 second. Rob, poor Rob. Here we go. I'm trying to do it like that. So it's not. It's pretty heavy, but it's not as heavy as you might imagine it being. Here's the cable bundle that comes out of it. So that's why it's semi-modular.
Yeah, that'll be the 24-pin plus, and possibly your CPU one, maybe just, I'm not too sure yet.
They're good. Got rid of that. That's what it is. I told you about that, and you said I should have got another 100 watts at least. There's your fan. Definitely not like the original in the PC.
Oh, so it draws air
In the bottom or the top, depending on how you mount it. See, that's going to be it. See, here's the back. Basically, is here, and there's really no fan there.
So the way you're holding it there at the moment would be the way I would put it up into the case.
Yeah, with the fan
down. So the fan at the bottom,
and this is the back,
which
right,
draws air from the case and pushes it to the rear of the. Yep.
Exactly.
So.
Good, and then here's your least modular part is just this that comes out here, and here's what it has. These, where's the camera? These connectors here. It looks like it has the first 2 types coming are already installed. Put it that way, already wired.
So them 2 are simple. Yep.
We already looked at them, I think. Yeah. And
so you have a 6-pin plus, and then you have your 24 plus.
That's what this is, yeah. And this is the main power for the motherboard is right here. Go on, Rob. Turn it the right way for the camera. There you go. Just so you can see.
The smaller ones to power your CPU.
Yeah. Okay. Good. See this one? That's this one here. Then. Now here, just for this is the optional ones coming out here. These ones over here, and that's good because a lot of them won't be used anyway, so that'll just save on wiring. And let me just show you real quick. It was kind of nice. This is kind of cheap, but in a way, these are little ties for like your cable management and that. So that's nice to have. And that's no inclusion there. The power, excuse me, cable. And the other cables that we already talked about. So everything looks like it's here. That's always a good thing to know. And of course, I don't need this because I have Beretta to talk to, but I'll keep it anyways.
Hi there, TechWorks.
Now, well, okay. Did you have anything else to mention before we go to the start of the show about the setup that you've seen so far?
Everything's fine so far. I suppose the next thing would be just to have a look at the graphics card and see the power on it.
Yeah, I'll show you that because you didn't mention it quite the way I remember it being, which it may be. What we have here, here's the start of the show. RTX 2070. Cool, huh? And Beretta, that's the Founders Edition, right?
So he says.
I think I don't know where it doesn't say that, but regardless, it's an amazing one. Yeah, well, maybe inside. It's another one back into GeForce. And let's take a look. I got it all ready to go here. This is whoa, one heck of a card.
So I've never actually seen one of these in real life because the RTX came out after I stopped working on PCs.
Now this is this was, I forgot to mention, this was donated by a very generous viewer of the Summerland Farm channel, and we'll be very grateful because we'll get not only great graphics performance, but probably improved streaming out of the new NVENC cards that they have in here. And oh, I see. The shipping must have done that too. Okay, let's get going. Hey, Maxie. Maxie's looking. Okay, let's get this thing right side up. This is it. I'm having trouble figuring out how the camera.
So, one thing to do is not to touch the pins, the gold pins, with your fingers, because the fingers, you have sweat in your fingers.
Yep.
And it'll cause static and all the rest of it. Any connections on a PC, the like of the PCI pins there, you don't touch with your fingers at all.
Look at this. Now, this is the part I wanted to check out with you. And Rob, where's it at? Oh my gosh, it's on the end. Okay, it's clear back here. Here is the connector in the back.
Yeah, 8-pin. Yeah, you're fine. I didn't know whether it was going to have an 8-pin or it was going to have 2 more.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them with 2 more, and I was worried about that myself. Now that I see it, I realize for some reason it doesn't, so that's fine. That should be much easier.
Mine has my GTX 1070 has a 6 and a 4. I think I need to get my... No, it has an 8 and a 4, actually.
See? Yeah.
Ah, you see, mine's got an 8 and a 4. So I need an extra... Oh, phone shush.
Now, this... I have... Yeah, I'm glad it has... I'm trying to figure out... I'm trying to point at this thing. Here it is up here. This is nice to have because I have an old monitor that'll take this. It's a DVI or something.
DVI.
Yeah. And then it's one of these is probably HDMI, and then the other probably...
The HDMI is the middle one.
Uh-huh.
At the bottom, and then the other 2 on either side are display ports.
Yeah, which I don't have a monitor that'll take that. Unless you have an adapter for it, maybe.
You can get adapters. I had to get an adapter for my card.
So that's what we got. I suppose, so you can have all 4 of these running at once.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And yes, keep your fingers away from those things, Rob. So this is a good bit bigger than the one I have already, and I'm already worried about that. We'll give it a shot.
You should be fine. I just wasn't too sure the size of the card, but it looks fine.
So now this is going to improve, like you said, graphics performance on the in the game tremendously over the 1050. I wanted to just take a peek at the box and look at just a quick look at the specs. What did I do with them? Saw them right here. Are they on the bottom? Yes, they are. Well, I got this right side up. So, if this is going to work, you can see.
And this is where you shout at the camera, focus!
Focus camera. And anyway, somewhere here it says minimum power supply 550. So there it is. It's a little bit clearer. Let me look and see where it's at.
8 gig of memory. Yep.
I run it right off here. Here it is. Right here it says, I'll get it right, minimum 550 watt, right on this one up here. Or greater. System power supply, yeah.
One 8-pin power connector, 1.5 gigabyte available hard disk space, 8 gig of memory, 16 gig recommended. Yep. So I know what it says about the internet connection. That is probably to get your GeForce experience.
Oh.
And probably to be able to get the drivers downloaded for that card.
So that's the way it stands here. And that's all there is to that. I've never had anything like that. That was an expensive card this day. It's still one of the, it's still sold, right? It's still on this day. But actual RTX, you gotta love that. That touch the fan drop. It only has two fans.
Sort of hurt fingers.
Yeah. What's that? Doggone
it. Fans turning sort of hurt fingers.
Now, I like that it only has two fans myself. They're big fans, but it's less noise, I would hope. It's heavy. This thing, by the way, there's a lot of metal in there. Anyways,
they're heavy.
Let's put this right here for the moment. And so, yeah, anyways, the only thing I was just now thinking about to cover, I don't think I mentioned it online, is when I remove the old graphics card, that little wire, which is a Wi-Fi connection right here, is going to be just something you have to watch out for, if nothing else. And it can be released from this little bracket underneath to give you more slack. I think it's just a little snap bracket.
I would release it from that wee clippy bracket and pull that tape up.
Yeah.
And then you could lift the wires up above the graphics card to give you more room by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because I mean, this is quiet. When we're running a game, this thing is whining. You know, it is loud.
Oh, you're pushing her to her limit.
Yep. And then here is, of course, I took the front off just to get more air through it. And the front's been off for a long time. And hold on, let me get this out of the road. And just pulled the front right off. Look at all the airflow you get if you just pull the front off.
Definitely.
Just a little acer. Anyway, so I appreciate your advice on this, Beretta. And
just if you got just looking around your case there, you're sort of spanning your camera around. If there's any fans, intake fans in the front of your case?
No, you're not going to find it. Nothing like that. No. I don't even, that's an interesting, is there a place to install one would be the other question. Is there a way to get one for 10 or 15 bucks? But yeah, maybe, because we're putting in the power supply now, we might be able to find a connector for it.
I see you can actually put a fan at the back for exhaust.
Oh, that.
Which maybe wouldn't be a bad thing.
That right there. That's just unused, and it's got the screw holes. Yep. It's got two sets of screw holes on every corner. You see that? So you can you have
so
a
you
low
could get
flexibility.
A 120 at least in there. Yep.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. I never thought about that. So because all I would have is a little fan there and that thing, and that would be the only airflow in here. So you're right. Something to suck air out of there would probably be a big help. Well, I'd have the two fans on the graphics card, but they'd be working just for that.
Because you're sort of relying. You've got your CPU fan there to cool down the CPU, and then you've got the two fans likely on the 1050.
Yeah, just a couple of
and
fans.
you're relying on your power supply, which is generating heat, to basically force a lot of the air out. So I'm sort of thinking if you even had a 120 mil fan at the back to draw some of that hot air out, should be able to suck air at the front to keep it cool. So like in my case, I have two 120 mils at the front.
Oh yeah.
On intake, and then I have a 120 mil at the back for exhaust, and then the radiator for my CPU has two 120 mil fans in it, and their exhaust. So whatever heat the CPU is generating in the radiator, it's exhausting it straight out the top of the case. So whatever heat I've got on my graphics card, that's all getting expelled. And then my CPU, or my power supply, it draws air from the bottom and exhausts out the back, and it's got a filter on the case, which I nearly need to clean every couple of days.
Yeah, I'll bet. How often do you have to change that battery?
You don't need to change that battery at all for a long time. A long time.
Hopefully it outlasts the computer, huh? Okay.
That's your keep alive memory, which is
really.
basically your clock and some of your other settings, like all settings and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever you get an error or you turn your PC on and you notice that your clock's wrong, and you go and reset it in the BIOS, and you reboot your PC and it's still wrong.
Yeah.
But because that PC of yours is a pre-built, it'll let you know. A lot of them will let you know anyway with the BIOS. You know, it'll say CMOS battery low or CMOS battery needs replaced. It'll let you know.
Just wondering while we're in here, just looking at all these other little things that we could do at the same time. Okay, I wonder what. Okay, one more thing. What's that? See that silver plate I'm looking at there in the center? I wonder what's under that.
Silver plate. That silver plate will be a heat sink of some sort for something on the motherboard.
Okay, just wondering. I never even noticed it before. Okay, alrighty. And Beretta HD is often streaming on the same map as I am on Summerland Farm. And let me move the camera to a dark spot so we can. There it is. There we are. Visit us on Twitch. I'm Summerland Farm. And on the line is Beretta HD. And Rob, come on, get this back. There, that's better. You can see her names there. Come visit us on Twitch because we always do a lot of chit-chatting. We get some nice folks like folks that caught us today on a whole different channel. So that's nice of them. And anything else, Brenda? Because I can't think of anything else myself. I think we're ready to go.
There's nothing at the moment, no. Just by looking at the pre-built power supply that comes with it, that's a simple swap out. That's fine. Graphics card's fine. Everything's looking pretty sweet at the moment now.
Good to know. I think next week after, because I can't do it midweek because of the streaming schedule, but next week I'll do the installation. Hopefully I can maybe get a new, an additional exhaust fan by then. That would be nice. And then I'll have it all videoed for a YouTube video. And then in 2 weeks we can maybe get back together again and talk about that and other things. Okay, Beretta, I would love to do that.
Not a problemo. Yep.
That would be great. And what time we got? Just 1 sec. I want to see what we're running here. Okay, about a half hour. That's pretty good. And I will see you on the map on Monday, if not sooner. Okay, Brennan, thank you. Thank you for your help. See
You're
everybody.
welcome, Rob.
And you have a, do you have a schedule, by the way? I forgot to ask.
I haven't got a schedule written down yet. I'm going to try and work on one. That'll be the very first ever time.
So, well, my schedule is 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Thursday, and just about 100% of the time, you'll find Brett then. And if he's streaming, we'll give you a link to his stream at that time. If not any other way, you can get to him that way. Okay, guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye now.
Bye. Over and out.
Over and out.